Dog attacks owner, but the shocking reason behind it will leave you speechless. The sun, a golden orb peeking over the snow-capped peaks of the Montana Rockies, cast long shadows across the dew-kissed meadow. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of pine needles and damp earth, a symphony of nature's awakening. Margaret, a woman with a spirit as resilient as the mountain wildflowers, emerged from her cozy log cabin, her breath forming a wispy cloud in the morning air. Her graying hair was pulled back in a loose braid, her weathered face etched with the lines of a life lived in harmony with nature. She stretched her arms towards the sky, her joints protesting with the stiffness of age, but her heart filled with a youthful exuberance for the day ahead. She glanced towards the porch, a smile gracing her lips as she saw her faithful companion, Buddy, a golden retriever with a coat as radiant as the morning sun, stretched out in a patch of sunlight. "Morning, sleepyhead," she greeted him, her voice a gentle melody in the quiet morning. Buddy, his tail thumping a happy rhythm against the wooden planks, rose to his feet, his eyes sparkling with affection. He stretched, his muscles rippling beneath his golden fur, and yawned, his pink tongue lolling out in a canine grin. Margaret and Buddy had been inseparable companions for the past 10 years. He had arrived as a rambunctious puppy, a gift from her late husband, a reminder of the love they had shared, a furry companion to fill the void left by his passing. Buddy had quickly become an integral part of Margaret's life, his presence a comforting constant in her solitary existence. He accompanied her on her daily walks through the woods, his boundless energy a stark contrast to her measured pace, his joyful barks echoing through the trees. He was her confidant, his head resting on her lap as she read by the fire, his soft snores a lullaby to her weary soul. He was her protector, his senses alert to any disturbances in the night, his presence a reassuring comfort in the vast wilderness. They shared a bond that transcended the boundaries of species, their mutual understanding a language spoken without words, their love a testament to the enduring power of companionship. As Margaret made her way towards the garden, her basket swinging by her side, Buddy trotted alongside her, his tail wagging excitedly, his presence a promise of shared joy in the simple pleasures of a peaceful morning. Margaret's garden, a vibrant tapestry of colors and textures, was her pride and joy. She nurtured her flowers and vegetables with a tender touch, her weathered hands coaxing life from the fertile soil, her spirit finding solace in the rhythm of the seasons. Buddy, ever her shadow, would lie patiently beside her as she weeded and watered, his head resting on his paws, his eyes following her every move with unwavering devotion. He would occasionally chase butterflies that flitted among the blossoms, his playful barks a counterpoint to the buzzing bees and chirping birds. Their days were filled with a comfortable routine, a symphony of shared moments and quiet companionship. Mornings were spent tending to the garden, the afternoons filled with leisurely walks through the woods, their evenings a cozy retreat by the fireplace, the crackling flames casting dancing shadows on their contented faces. Margaret, a woman of simple pleasures, found solace in the tranquility of her surroundings, the beauty of the natural world a constant source of inspiration and peace. She had always been drawn to the solitude of the mountains, her spirit finding resonance in the rugged landscape, her heart echoing the rhythm of the wilderness. Buddy, her faithful companion, shared her love for the outdoors, his boundless energy finding an outlet in their daily explorations, his playful spirit a perfect complement to her quiet contemplation. He was her confidant, her protector, her furry soulmate. Their bond had deepened over the years, forged through shared experiences, unspoken understanding, and unconditional love. He was her constant companion, her shadow, her furry guardian angel. She had never doubted his loyalty, his gentle nature, his unwavering devotion. He was, in her eyes, the epitome of canine companionship, a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal bond. Little did she know that this bond, this unwavering trust, would soon be tested, their peaceful existence disrupted by a sudden surge of fear, a moment of chaos that would challenge their understanding of each other and reveal the depths of their connection. The sun climbed higher in the sky, casting a golden glow over the garden. Margaret, her brow furrowed in concentration, knelt amongst her tomato plants, her fingers gently pruning the leaves, her mind lost in the rhythm of her task. Buddy, his usual playful energy subdued by the warmth of the day, lay dozing in the shade of a towering oak tree. His breath slow and deep, his dreams filled with chasing squirrels and fetching sticks. Suddenly, a low growl rumbled from Buddy's throat, his eyes snapping open, his body tensing, his gaze fixed on a point beyond the garden fence. Margaret, startled by the unexpected sound, turned her head, her eyes following Buddy's line of sight. But she saw nothing out of the ordinary. The woods that bordered her property stood silent and still, the only movement the gentle sway of leaves in the summer breeze. She turned back to Buddy, her brow furrowed with concern, her voice soft and reassuring. "What is it, boy? What do you see?" But Buddy, his growl deepening, his body now rigid with alertness, ignored her question. He rose to his feet, his muscles rippling beneath his golden fur, his eyes fixed on the tree-line, his every sense signaling danger. He took a step towards the fence, his growl escalating into a menacing snarl, his teeth bared, his hackles raised. Margaret, her concern growing, called out to him, her voice laced with a hint of alarm. "Buddy, come here. What's gotten into you?" But Buddy, his instincts overriding his obedience, ignored her command. He lunged towards the fence, his barks now a frenzied chorus, his body straining against the leash that tethered him to the porch. Margaret, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and confusion, watched in disbelief as her usually gentle companion transformed into a snarling, growling beast. His eyes filled with a wildness she had never seen before. She had always known Buddy to be gentle, playful, and utterly devoted. This sudden aggression, this uncharacteristic display of hostility, was both alarming and inexplicable. She couldn't understand what had triggered this sudden shift in his demeanor, what threat he perceived that she couldn't see. And as Buddy, his barks escalating into a frantic crescendo, lunged towards her, his teeth bared, his body seemingly out of control, Margaret felt a wave of fear wash over her, her heart pounding in her chest, her mind reeling with the question, "Why is my dog attacking me?" Margaret's breath caught in her throat, her body frozen in place, a primal fear gripping her heart. Buddy, her beloved companion, her confidant, her protector, was now a snarling, lunging figure, his teeth bared, his eyes wild. She had never seen this side of him, this primal aggression that contradicted his gentle nature. Her mind raced, trying to comprehend the sudden shift, the inexplicable hostility. Had she done something to provoke him? Was he ill? Had some unseen force taken over her sweet, loyal dog? The questions swirled in her mind, unanswered, overshadowed by the immediate threat. Buddy was closing in, his growls echoing through the garden, his powerful body a blur of golden fur and snapping jaws. Margaret instinctively raised her arms, a feeble attempt to shield herself, her voice caught in her throat, a strangled cry escaping her lips. She stumbled backward, her foot catching on a stray root, sending her tumbling to the ground. She landed with a thud, the air knocked out of her lungs, her vision blurring. She looked up, her heart pounding in her chest, as Buddy loomed over her, his snarling face inches from hers, his hot breath warm on her cheek. Time seemed to stand still, the world narrowing to the terrifying image of her beloved dog, transformed into a menacing predator. She closed her eyes, bracing for the inevitable, the pain, the betrayal, the shattering of the bond they had shared for so long. But the attack never came. Instead, she felt a forceful shove, a powerful push that sent her rolling away from Buddy, her body landing with a thud against the sturdy trunk of the oak tree. She opened her eyes, her breath ragged, her heart pounding, her mind reeling with confusion. Buddy stood between her and the fence, his body rigid, his growls now directed towards the treeline, his eyes fixed on something beyond her vision. A primal fear, deeper than the fear she had felt moments before, gripped her heart. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Buddy wasn't attacking her. He was protecting her. But from what? The answer to Margaret's unspoken question emerged from the shadows of the woods with a chilling suddenness. A black bear, its massive form a stark contrast to the delicate wildflowers surrounding it, lumbered into the clearing, its eyes fixed on Margaret, its intentions unmistakable. The bear, its hunger driving it beyond the confines of the forest, had been stalking Margaret for days, its keen senses drawn to the scent of her garden, the promise of an easy meal. It had watched her from the cover of the trees, its predatory instincts awakened, its hunger growing with each passing hour. Margaret, her heart pounding in her chest, her breath caught in her throat, stared at the bear in disbelief. Its presence, so unexpected, so out of place in her peaceful sanctuary, sent a wave of terror through her veins. She had always respected the wild, understood the delicate balance between humans and animals, but this encounter, this intrusion into her safe haven, shattered her sense of security, leaving her vulnerable and exposed. Buddy, his senses heightened, his instincts honed by generations of canine protectors, had sensed the danger long before Margaret had. He had seen the bear lurking in the shadows, his presence a silent threat, its intentions clear. His sudden aggression, his uncharacteristic attack on Margaret, was not an act of betrayal but a desperate attempt to protect her, to push her out of harm's way, to shield her from the predator's menacing gaze. He stood between Margaret and the bear, his body a barrier, his growls a defiant challenge, his eyes fixed on the intruder, his every sense focused on protecting his beloved human. Margaret, her fear momentarily forgotten in the face of this revelation, watched in awe as Buddy, her loyal companion, her furry guardian angel, stood ready to defend her, his courage a testament to their bond, his love a shield against the encroaching danger. The bear, its advance momentarily halted by Buddy's fierce display, let out a low growl, its massive paws digging into the soft earth, its eyes narrowed in a predatory assessment. The air crackled with tension, the silence broken only by the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, and the rhythmic pounding of Margaret's heart. A battle was about to unfold, a clash between predator and protector, a testament to the primal instincts that govern the natural world, a struggle for survival that would determine the fate of both woman and dog. Buddy, despite his smaller size, stood his ground, his growls echoing through the clearing, a defiant challenge to the bear's dominance. He knew he was outmatched, his canine teeth no match for the bear's powerful claws and crushing jaws, but his loyalty to Margaret, his protective instincts, fueled his courage. He lunged at the bear, his barks a furious symphony, his teeth snapping, his body a blur of golden fur. The bear, surprised by the sudden attack, reared back, its massive paws swiping at the air, its growls a deep rumble that shook the ground. Buddy, agile and quick, dodged the bear's clumsy swipes, his movements a dance of defiance, his barks a constant distraction. He nipped at the bear's heels, his sharp teeth drawing blood, his agility frustrating the larger predator. Margaret, her fear momentarily forgotten in the face of Buddy's bravery, scrambled to her feet, her heart pounding with a mix of terror and admiration. She watched as her beloved dog, her gentle companion, transformed into a fierce protector, his every action a testament to his unwavering loyalty. She knew she couldn't just stand there, a helpless bystander in this life-or-death struggle. She scanned the clearing, her eyes searching for a weapon, a tool, anything that could help her defend Buddy, her brave defender. Her gaze fell upon a sturdy garden rake, its metal tines glinting in the sunlight. She grabbed it, her grip firm, her determination fueled by a surge of adrenaline and a fierce protectiveness for her loyal companion. She charged towards the bear, her voice joining Buddy's in a chorus of defiance, her presence a distraction, her weapon a symbol of her own courage. The bear, its attention divided, turned its massive head towards Margaret, its eyes narrowing, its growl deepening. Buddy, seizing the opportunity, lunged again, his teeth sinking into the bear's flank, his growl a fierce challenge. The bear roared in pain and frustration, its massive body shaking off Buddy's grip, its attention now fully focused on the woman who dared to challenge its dominance. It lunged towards Margaret, its claws outstretched, its jaws open wide, its intent clear. But Buddy, with a burst of speed that belied his size, intercepted the bear's charge, his body slamming into its massive frame, his teeth sinking into its thick fur, his growl a defiant roar that echoed through the clearing. The impact sent them both tumbling to the ground, their bodies rolling in a tangle of fur and claws, their growls and snarls a symphony of primal fury. Margaret, her heart pounding in her chest, watched the struggle unfold, her own fear overshadowed by her admiration for Buddy's courage, her love for her dog fueling her determination to protect him. The clearing became a battleground, the air thick with the scent of pine needles, damp earth, and the raw intensity of a fight for survival. Buddy, his smaller size a disadvantage against the bear's brute strength, relied on his agility and fierce determination. He darted around the bear, nipping at its heels, dodging its swipes, his barks a constant distraction, his teeth drawing blood whenever an opportunity arose. The bear, frustrated by its inability to land a decisive blow, roared in anger, its massive paws tearing at the ground, its claws leaving deep gouges in the soft earth. Margaret, her heart pounding in her chest, watched the struggle unfold, her fear for Buddy battling with her admiration for his courage. She knew she had to help, to find a way to intervene, to protect the dog who was risking his life to save hers. She grabbed a fallen branch, its thick with a potential weapon, and charged towards the fray, her voice joining Buddy's in a chorus of defiance. She swung the branch, her aim true, striking the bear across its back, the impact echoing through the clearing. The bear, startled by the unexpected attack, roared in pain and fury, its attention momentarily diverted from Buddy. Buddy, seizing the opportunity, launched himself at the bear's face, his teeth sinking into its snout, his growl a fierce challenge. The bear, its sensitive nose a vulnerable target, roared in pain, its paws swiping wildly, its massive body shaking in an attempt to dislodge Buddy's tenacious grip. But Buddy held on, his jaws clamped tight, his body a furry pendulum swinging from the bear's face. Margaret, her courage fueled by adrenaline and love for her dog, continued her assault, striking the bear with the branch, her blows landing with a satisfying thud against its thick hide. The bear, overwhelmed by the combined attack, its senses overloaded, its initial hunger replaced by a desperate need to escape, finally retreated. It lumbered towards the treeline, its movements clumsy and pained, its roars echoing through the woods, a testament to its defeat. Buddy, his body bearing the marks of the battle, his fur matted with blood and dirt, watched the bear's retreat with a triumphant growl, his stance a proud declaration of victory. He then turned towards Margaret, his tail wagging weakly, his eyes filled with a mixture of exhaustion and pride. He had faced a formidable foe, risked his life to protect his beloved human, and emerged victorious. Margaret, her heart overflowing with gratitude and relief, rushed towards Buddy, her arms encircling his neck, her tears falling freely onto his fur. "Oh, Buddy," she sobbed, her voice choked with emotion. "You saved me, you brave, wonderful dog." Buddy, his body trembling with exhaustion, licked her face, his rough tongue a comforting balm against her tears. He had fulfilled his purpose, his loyalty unwavering, his love for his human shining brighter than the fear that had gripped him during the battle. They stood together, their bodies entwined, their breaths mingling, their hearts beating in unison, their bond forged in the crucible of danger, their friendship a testament to the enduring power of love and loyalty in the face of adversity. The adrenaline that had fueled Margaret's courage during the attack now, gave way to a wave of trembling relief. She knelt beside Buddy, her hands gently examining his wounds, her heart aching at the sight of the scratches and bite marks that marred his golden fur. "Oh, Buddy," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "You were so brave. I was so scared. But you saved me." Buddy, his tail thumping weakly against the ground, licked her hand. His eyes filled with a deep affection that transcended the pain of his injuries. He had faced a formidable foe, a creature far larger and stronger than himself, and had emerged victorious, his loyalty to Margaret overriding any fear or instinct for self-preservation. Margaret, her own body trembling with a mix of exhaustion and relief, helped Buddy to his feet, their steps slow and unsteady as they made their way back to the house. The garden, once a haven of peace and beauty, now bore the scars of the battle, the trampled flowers and churned earth a testament to the ferocity of the struggle. But amidst the chaos, a sense of gratitude prevailed. Margaret had faced death, but she had survived, thanks to the unwavering courage of her loyal companion. The bond between them, already strong, had been forged anew in the crucible of danger, their love for each other shining brighter than the fear that had gripped them moments before. Inside the house, Margaret tended to Buddy's wounds with a gentle touch, her hands carefully cleaning and bandaging the cuts and scratches, her voice soothing and reassuring. Buddy, his trust in her absolute, lay patiently, his eyes following her every move, his tail thumping softly against the floor. She cleaned his fur, removing the traces of blood and dirt, her touch a gentle caress, her love for him radiating through her every action. She prepared a warm bath, the steam filling the bathroom with a comforting aroma, the water soothing his aching muscles, his whimpers of discomfort gradually fading into soft sighs of contentment. As she dried his fur, wrapping him in a soft towel, Margaret couldn't help but marvel at his bravery, his unwavering loyalty. She had always known Buddy to be a gentle soul, a playful companion, but she had never witnessed this fierce protectiveness, this unwavering dedication to her safety. She realized that she had underestimated him, taken for granted his capacity for courage, his instinctive understanding of the dangers that lurked beyond her perception. She had seen a side of him that had been hidden beneath his gentle exterior, a strength and loyalty that had saved her life. And as she held him close, his warm body a comforting presence against her own trembling frame, she whispered words of gratitude and love, her voice filled with a newfound respect and admiration for her extraordinary companion. "You're my hero, Buddy," she murmured, her tears falling freely onto his fur. "I don't know what I would have done without you." Buddy, his tail wagging softly, licked her face, his rough tongue a testament to their bond, his love a silent promise to always be there, to protect her, to love her unconditionally, no matter the danger, no matter the cost. The encounter with the bear left an indelible mark on both Margaret and Buddy. The tranquility of their woodland sanctuary had been shattered, replaced by a lingering awareness of the dangers that lurked beyond the safety of their home. Margaret, her nerves still frayed, her sleep punctuated by nightmares of the bear's menacing presence, found herself constantly scanning the treeline, her senses hyper-alert to any rustle of leaves, any snap of a twig. But amidst the fear, a profound sense of gratitude bloomed within her. She had faced death, but she had survived, thanks to Buddy's unwavering courage and selflessness. Her love for her dog deepened, her appreciation for his loyalty reaching new heights. She showered him with affection, her touch gentle, her voice soothing as she reassured him of her safety, her gratitude evident in her every action. She cooked him special meals, his favorite cuts of meat simmered with love and appreciation. She brushed his fur until it gleamed, her strokes a gentle massage, a testament to her care. Their daily walks became a ritual of gratitude and connection, their footsteps tracing familiar paths through the woods, their shared presence a balm to the lingering fear. Margaret, her hand resting on Buddy's head, would often pause, her gaze sweeping across the landscape, her voice a soft whisper as she expressed her thanks for his unwavering protection. "You saved my life, Buddy," she would say, her voice filled with emotion. "I don't know what I would have done without you." Buddy, his tail wagging in response, would lick her hand, his eyes filled with a deep understanding, his love a silent promise to always be there, to protect her, to be her constant companion. The incident also brought a renewed sense of community to Margaret's solitary life. Neighbors, hearing of the bear encounter, visited with offers of help and support. They brought freshly baked pies, shared stories of their own encounters with wildlife, and offered their assistance in reinforcing the fences and securing the property. Margaret, touched by their kindness, realized that she was not alone in this vast wilderness. She had a community, a network of support, a shared understanding of the challenges and joys of living in harmony with nature. The bear encounter, though a terrifying ordeal, had ultimately strengthened the bonds in Margaret's life. Her love for Buddy deepened, her connection to her community strengthened, her appreciation for the delicate balance between humans and nature renewed. And as she sat on her porch, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and purple, Buddy curled up at her feet. She knew that she had emerged from the encounter stronger, more resilient, and more grateful than ever for the unwavering love and loyalty of her extraordinary companion. The seasons turned, painting the Montana landscape in a vibrant tapestry of colors. Spring brought a renewal of life, the meadows bursting with wildflowers, the trees adorned with fresh green leaves. Summer's warmth bathed the land in golden sunlight, the days long and lazy, the nights filled with the symphony of crickets and the distant hooting of owls. Autumn arrived, its fiery hues transforming the mountains into a breathtaking spectacle, the leaves rustling like whispers in the wind, their descent marking the inevitable transition to winter's icy embrace. Through it all, Margaret and Buddy remained inseparable, their bond deepened by the shared experience, their love for each other a constant amidst the ever-changing seasons. They continued their daily rituals, their walks through the woods now a leisurely stroll, their evenings by the fireplace filled with comfortable silence, their companionship a testament to the enduring power of friendship. Margaret, her hair now streaked with silver, her movements a bit slower, her eyes reflecting a lifetime of memories, cherished each moment with Buddy, her heart filled with gratitude for his unwavering loyalty, his unconditional love. Buddy, his once vibrant golden fur now peppered with gray, his gait a bit less sprightly, his eyes still sparkling with devotion, remained Margaret's steadfast companion, his presence a source of comfort and joy. They had faced challenges together, weathered storms, and emerged stronger, their bond a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal connection. They had found in each other a love that transcended the boundaries of species, a friendship that defied the passage of time. One winter evening, as the snow fell softly, blanketing the landscape in a pristine white, Margaret sat by the fireplace, Buddy curled up at her feet, his head resting on her lap. She gently stroked his fur, her touch filled with a lifetime of love and gratitude. "Thank you, Buddy," she whispered, her voice soft but filled with emotion. "For everything." Buddy, his eyes half closed, his tail thumping softly against the rug, nuzzled her hand, his gesture a silent acknowledgement of their unbreakable bond. And as the fire crackled, casting dancing shadows on the walls, Margaret and Buddy, their silhouettes bathed in the warm glow, shared a moment of profound connection, their love a beacon of light in the winter darkness, their friendship a testament to the enduring power of companionship, a bond that would forever be etched in their hearts, a legacy of loyalty and love that would transcend the boundaries of time and mortality.